Yo, what if I told you that everything we thought we knew about King Von's tragic death might have been a damn lie? What if I told you a leaked phone call just dropped? And it's got names in it that got the whole internet shook. Lil Durk, Asian Doll, and some voices people ain't never expected to hear. This ain't no regular rap beef. This is betrayal. This is secrets. This is some power moves in the dark type drama. And it's got fans wondering, was Von really set up by the people closest to him? This call ain't just wild, it's sinister. It's the type of call that makes you question loyalty, makes you look at your favorite rapper sideways, and has folks in Atlanta and Chicago scrambling to cover tracks. An Asian Doll. Baby, her name all up in this, and her reaction. Chilly? Let's just say emotions ran real high, and Lil Durk. The call got him sounding real different from the image he's been pushing. Fans are asking, is the voice really the one who went silent when Von needed him most? Stay tuned, because what's about to unfold is not what y'all expected. So boom, let's rewind the clock real quick. The night King Von was killed outside that hookah lounge in Atlanta still haunts fans to this day. Videos went viral, tributes poured in, and the streets was grieving. But behind all the smoke and candles, there was always that lingering feeling, like something just didn't sit right. Some fans said it, bloggers hinted at it, but nobody had the receipts. Until now, a mysterious leaked phone call has surfaced, and it ain't just some troll playing games. This call sounds like a private conversation between two people who were close to the situation. Voices distorted, but the tea boiling hot. And in this call, names are dropped, motives are questioned, and a chilling possibility is raised. Was King Von set up from within his own circle? The voice on the other end says, nah bro, Durk knew. He ain't say nothing, but he knew. Von was too loud, too wild. They couldn't control him no more. Fans were left stunned. Jaws dropped. Could Lil Durk really have known something ahead of time? And if so, why stay silent? As the call continues, the tone shifts. They bring up Asian Doll. And this part. This part got folks really side-eyeing. She knew too, the voice says. She wasn't trying to warn him, she was trying to stay close to him. You know how she is. She wants clout off pain. The internet went into meltdown. Clips of Asian Doll crying on live, posting Von's name every other day, tattooing his face on her body, all of it came back into question. Was it real grief, or just a carefully crafted performance? Close sources allegedly say that Von had started distancing himself from certain people just weeks before his death. He was talking different, moving smarter. He felt like somebody around him was playing both sides, a source claims. He even told his sister, I gotta watch how I move. Everybody's smiling in my face, but I feel the hate in the room. And the crazy part? His sister, Kayla, confirmed in an old tweet, now deleted, that Von had cut off some folks right before the tragedy. Fans are now revisiting that tweet with fresh eyes, wondering who those folks were. But let's not forget, King Von wasn't just a rapper. He was a storyteller, a street figure, a person with real enemies and real problems. So some fans argue maybe this is just paranoia turned into internet myth. Maybe he was just being cautious. But others, they ain't so sure. The leaked call goes deeper. The voice says it was too much money on the table. Von was messing up business. When you the hottest in the crew, but you don't want to fall in line, you become a problem. This ain't just rap beef anymore. This sounds like organized betrayal, strategic silence. The type of stuff you see in mob movies, not mixtapes, but here's where things really start to twist. A few days after the leaked call hit the internet, an anonymous Instagram page posted what they claim is a screenshot of a conversation between Asian Doll and a mystery man, just hours before Von was killed. In the messages, she tells him, be careful who you go out with tonight. And you know they're watching you. The messages are vague but chilling, and fans quickly started asking, was she warning him, or did she know something was going down? Asian Doll took to live immediately after the messages started circulating. Crying, shouting, swearing, it was all fake. Why y'all keep trying to paint me like the villain? She said. I loved that man more than anybody. But the comments weren't kind. People flooded her live with snake emojis, asking for answers she didn't have. Meanwhile, Lil Durk stayed silent. No statement, no post, no comment. Just radio silence. And that silence, it got fans talking even louder. Durk don't say nothing unless it help his image. One commenter wrote, he gonna wait for this to blow over like he always do. Others pointed out that Durk hasn't really spoken Von's name in interviews lately. Even when asked about him, he redirects or keeps it short. And with this leaked call painting him in a suspicious light, fans are wondering if there's guilt or just grief. What makes all of this even messier is the fact that Von and Durk weren't just label mates. They were like brothers. They had cases together, made hits together, stood 10 toes down for each other. So for people to even suggest Durk might have had something to do with Von's downfall, that's a heavy accusation. But this leaked call ain't just some random theory. It sounds like it came from someone who knew too much. By this point, the blog pages are eating it up. Say Cheese, academics, and a bunch of smaller pages all start running with it. Screenshots, memes, fake DMs, fan theories. The timeline turns into a digital crime board. And then, another twist. A second clip drops. This time, it's just a few seconds of audio. But the voice in it sounds eerily like King Von himself. He says, if I get touched, look at the people closest to me. I said what I said. The clip is grainy, hard to verify, but it spreads like wildfire. Fans go into detective mode, trying to match the voice, find the source, figure out if it's real or AI. Some say it's fake. Others swear it's Von. Either way, it adds fuel to the fire. People are now looking at every old Von interview, every live, every tweet, searching for clues they might have missed. And let's not forget, the night Von died, he wasn't supposed to even be there. He was in Atlanta for something else. But last minute, plans changed. He pulled up to the club without his usual security detail. It was chaos. And then shots rang out. So now the question stands. Was Von lured out? Was that night really random? Or was it a setup wrapped in street politics? As more and more fans start connecting dots, some completely made up one thing becomes clear. The pain from Von's death still runs deep. And this leaked call has reopened wounds that never truly healed. And just when things couldn't get any messier, somebody from Lil Durk's old camp breaks their silence. So boom, not even 24 hours after that second audio clip started flooding the timeline. A name we ain't heard in a while popped up out of nowhere, Memo 600. Now if you know, you know. Memo been quiet lately, but he used to be one of the loudest voices repping OTF before things started getting shaky behind the scenes. And now, he's not just speaking up, he's throwing gas on a wildfire. In a now deleted IG live that was screen recorded by a fan page, Memo said, "Man, y'all better stop acting like everything peaches." Von wasn't stupid. He peeped everything. Them fake hugs, them forced smiles. He was on go mode before all that even happened. The live didn't stop there. Memo claimed Von had confided in him just days before the Atlanta incident. Bro told me straight up, I don't trust an asterisk S no more. Too much funny energy. I gotta start thinking different. When asked if he thought Durk was involved, Memo paused and said, I ain't saying names, but energy don't lie. Fans ran with it. Energy Don't Lie trended on Twitter for the next 48 hours. People started pulling up old pictures of Von and Durk, looking for signs, fake smiles, awkward body language, anything. They zoomed in, analyzed every detail, even slowed down interviews to catch facial expressions. It turned into a full-blown investigation, but then Asian Doll came back into the picture. She wasn't having it. She went live again, this time full glam, full tears. I'm tired of y'all dragging my name into this, she cried. I ain't never set Von up. I loved him. I still love him. If y'all knew half the stuff I did to protect him, y'all would shut up. But the comments weren't buying it. Fans demanded she address the DMs, the leaked texts, the phone call. Asian snapped back, "Those DMs are fake. Y'all so thirsty to hate me, you'll believe anything. But God know my heart." Then, out of nowhere, an anonymous source dropped yet another alleged message thread. This time showing a convo between Asian doll and someone saved in her phone as Big Bro. In the messages, Asian allegedly writes, "He don't even see a cumin, SMH, and they gone blame the ops. Nobody gone look this way." Again, no confirmation if the texts are real. Some say it's AI, others swear it's legit. But one thing's for sure, it had the internet in a chokehold. And with no official word from Asian or her camp, the silence was speaking louder than ever. By this point, Kayla B., Von's sister, jumped in too. She tweeted, "I told y'all years ago. Y'all called me crazy." She didn't tag nobody, didn't name nobody, but everybody knew what she was talking about. Fans pulled up an old clip where Kayla said Von had a dream that someone close to him was gonna line him up. Back then, people brushed it off. Now, it's a whole different vibe, and here's where things take a cold. Calculated Turn.a, hacker group that's known for leaking rap industry secrets. Same folks who leaked Old Atlanta. PD documents last year claim they have more audio. They posted a cryptic tweet saying, "You thought the first call was bad. Wait till you hear what else we got." 10/1. And just like that, a countdown began. Fans marked their calendars. Blogs started hyping it up. Everybody was on edge. Who was going to be exposed next? But before the leak even dropped, another twist hit the streets.a. Man who claims to be Von's former driver did an exclusive with a small Chicago-based podcast. He sat in a hoodie, face half hidden, voice changed. But what he said? Pure fire. Von ain't trust nobody no more. He was trying to get out. Not the game, the label. He wanted his own thing. He wanted to take his crew and go solo. And certain people, they ain't like that. When the host asked if certain people meant Durk, the driver stayed silent, then said, "You ever seen someone smile in a funeral photo who shouldn't be smiling?" The room went dead quiet. Fans froze the clip, slowed it down, analyzed his words like a courtroom deposition. And suddenly, Durk's silence looked a little more sinister to some folks. And let's not forget, Durk himself ain't been moving like the same guy lately. He's been low-key, barely posting, no new music, just little cryptic quotes and luxury flicks. And when someone asked him about Von in a recent interview, all he said was, "Some stuff ain't meant to be talked about on camera." Now that sentence got fans split. Was that respect or avoidance? Then boom, October 1st comes, the hacker group drops part 2 of the leaked call. This time, the audio is longer, clearer, and darker. In it, a male voice says, "We had to make a decision. Either we lose millions or we lose one N***A. And he was wildin'. He was getting out of hand. He didn't listen. It was him or the bag." The second voice responds, "So you saying that night was the only way?" First voice says, "I ain't say all that. I'm just saying, he forced our hand." Fans were horrified. If this call is real, it's not just scandal, it's cold-blooded. People started putting the pieces together. Von wanting to leave OTF. Von beefing with people behind the scenes. Von talking about being betrayed weeks before he died. It all started to connect in a dark, twisted puzzle. Asian doll stayed quiet after the second call dropped. No live, no tweets, just silence. But her close friend reposted a cryptic story that said, "Truth don't need defending. Lies fall apart on their own." As for Durk, still nothing. And that silence is starting to feel heavier by the day. Meanwhile, fans are divided. Some think the whole thing's a reach, that people are using Von's death to chase clout, push narratives, and stir drama. But others, they believe the truth is finally coming out. Slowly, painfully, but surely. One thing everyone agrees on, though, the music industry got a dark side. And when money, ego, and power are on the line, friendships don't mean much. And now the streets want answers. Because if the people closest to Vaughn really had something to do with that night, what else are they hiding? And who's going to be exposed next? Just when you think it couldn't get any deeper, another voice from the past comes forward, and this one might just flip the whole story upside down. So just when the internet thought the drama couldn't get any more intense, a new player enters the scene. This time it's from inside the walls. A man claiming to be a former inmate who shared a cell block with Lil Durk. Yes, you heard that right. This guy went on a low-key podcast, voice disguised, but his story, straight fire. He says Durk has been quietly dropping hints during phone calls from jail. And it ain't just about Vaughn. He said Durk's been talking about people in his camp who turned their backs about deals gone wrong. And about a certain night in Atlanta, nobody's telling the full story on. Durk's been real paranoid, the inmate said. He talks about trust, loyalty, but he don't name names. Only says some folks wanted Vaughn out the way so they could run things their own way. Fans lost it. They flooded socials asking if Durk's silence was because he was scared or because he had dirt on someone bigger. Meanwhile, the family drama hit peak levels. Kayla B. Vaughn's sister posted a tearful video on Instagram where she said, "It's not just the streets that are broken, it's the family too. I feel like some people close to us ain't who they said they were." Her words left the fans speculating. Was there betrayal inside Vaughn's own family? Or was she referring to the industry snakes? Not long after, an old video resurfaced of Vaughn and Kayla B. arguing backstage at a show. The clip was brief but intense. Kayla was yelling, "You gotta be careful who you trust, Vaughn. It's not just about music, it's about survival." Vaughn replied, "I'm smarter than y'all think. I see everything." The internet exploded trying to connect that clip to the leaked call to Durk, to Asian Doll. It became a digital soap opera with fans picking sides, making theories, and throwing accusations. Then came the bombshell. A close friend of Vaughn, who asked to remain anonymous, told a popular Chicago radio station that Asian Doll and Lil Durk had a secret meeting the day before Vaughn's death. The friend said it was supposed to be a peace talk, but it got heated. People don't know what was really said. But things definitely changed after that. And folks went wild trying to guess what was said in that meeting. Was it a deal gone wrong? A warning? Or something darker? In the middle of all this, Asian Doll posted a cryptic message on Twitter that read, "Some truths are too heavy for y'all to carry. But one day, the world will know." That tweet broke the internet for hours, then disappeared. Fans saved screenshots and turned it into memes. But no one knows if it's a confession or just playing the victim card. And Lil Durk. Still quiet, but here's where the story gets even messier. A leaked text conversation between Durk and one of his closest producers surfaced. In the messages, Durk seems frustrated, saying things like, "This ain't what I signed up for, and they want me to fold. But I can't." Fans read into this as Durk being caught between loyalty to Vaughn and pressure from higher-ups in the industry. Some say Durk was being blackmailed. Others think he was trying to protect himself. And then came the most heartbreaking part of all. In a tearful live stream, Kayla B. revealed that Vaughn had confided in her about being threatened, not by the police, not by rival crews, but by people within his own team, she said. "Vaughn told me, Kay, it's not just the ops. It's the people around me. They see my success and they want it, but they don't want me alive." That confession broke fans' hearts all over again. The family was left divided, emotions ran high, and trust was shattered. And to make things worse, there were rumors swirling that Vaughn's manager might have been involved somehow. Insiders hinted at money disputes and shady contracts that left Vaughn feeling trapped. But when those rumors hit, the manager fired back, calling it disgusting lies and threatening legal action against anyone spreading false information. At this point, the story felt like a whirlwind of lies, truths, and half-truths. Nobody knew who to believe, and the internet became a battlefield. Then, a sudden phone call leaked, this time between Lil Durk and Asian Doll. In the call, their voices sound tense, almost aggressive. Durk says, "We gotta keep this quiet. No more leaks. Vaughn's legacy can't get ruined." Asian responds, You think I'm the problem? What about the ones trying to flip the script on me? I'm just trying to survive. Flip the script on me. I'm just trying to survive.